Hello and welcome back. On yesterday, several people said that they would like to see an instructional video. So I'm going to try to give you a step-by-step instructional video this morning. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you're staying safe. We had the two-piece yesterday, okay? And I have already cut it, so I'm going to show you. I have had to do my video a couple times here, and it's the last one that I had that wasn't cut. So the string that went through the bottom of this, all the way through, this was a two-piece, of course. So the string that went through, I measured it in half, held the strings out, and I cut that in half, okay? So I cut it in half because I need the longer piece to be at the top. So I'm going to show you the differences. Once I cut the strings in half, I cut off the top piece. Okay, let's do it this way. I cut the top piece off, which is your shorter strip, and then the part that was going across, I actually cut that in half and then I pulled it out. And that gave me several pieces. So I want you to see the differences in the sizes of them, the reason I cut them in half and pulled them out. Okay, the longest one that you see here was the string that was cut in half that went underneath the bust line. Okay, you got me? This is the longest one. This is the one that wraps around your body to tie the bikini. Well, we need the longer string to go across the face right in here. Okay, so that one has to be fed into the top. Okay, so we have taken the bikini and we have cut the top piece off of it. Okay, and that string was the shorter string that I'm holding. All right, so I'm going to show you the strings again. Okay, so the short one came from the top of this bikini. I cut that one off, and then the longer one came from underneath the breast line, the bust line, and that is this one. Now this one needs to be put into the pocket here. I'm going to show you how we formed our pocket. So we took one of the cups and I cut the top piece off the cup like this, okay? And then I folded over, I shook this down and I folded this over and it makes a pocket, okay? And with the pocket, we're going to zigzag or hand sew just across the top of it. Right? Now remember that there's a little opening that's here. We'll get rid of this tab right here. And there's a little opening that's here, and that opening we're going to use to put our coffee liners in. Now if you don't have a slit on the back of your mask on that fabric, you can just take your scissors and just cut a small slit so you can put your any type of liner you'd like to in there. We're going to use coffee liners. So we're going to fold this over just like that. And then we're going to put it underneath the sewing machine. I have my sewing machine here this morning. Underneath the foot, and then we're going to zigzag it. Once we place it underneath here and zigzag it, we're going to have a pocket or a sleeve or whatever you'd like to call it that we can put our string through, okay? So I'm beginning to feed. We'll go back. Already have sewn one. So I've taken the safety pin, placed it on the end of the smaller one, and I'm feeding it. If you've never fed it through, you just push and then you hold the pin and you pull the fabric. You push until you get to the end, and then your safety pin will be there, and you can just pull your fabric out. And there's our safety pin, okay? Now, we're going to detach, take that safety pin off. So now we have our rope that goes around our neck, which was the shorter one, okay? And then we're going to get our longer one. And we're going to put the pin on the end of this, and we're going to feed it through the top portion that goes around our face. around our nose area. Okay, placing my safety pin in, and we're going to feed it through quick as I can. Just push and hold the pin, pull your fabric. Push the end of your pin, hold the pin, pull the fabric. We're almost through. All right. It's probably the hardest part is just feeding these through. And it's not hard. It's just time consuming a little bit. Okay, and we're almost through. The pin is almost through. All right, I can feel it. And look, there's my safety pin. So we're through. Okay, not quite. Pop back on me. Okay, now we have it. We'll catch that and we'll pull it through. And there we are. Now we have our ropes that we need. We have our top one and we have our bottom one. I'll take the safety pin out. Now the wonderful thing about the swimsuits is that when you draw them, it's going to, you just pull, hold your 2 strings and you draw it up, and look what it does. It forms a cup. Now I'm making a smaller one. This one's a little smaller than the other one that I had on my mannequin, which I'll show to you in a few minutes. And then we're going to place them on, tie one up, and tie the bottom one on. Okay, but I want you to see this at my angle, and it can be adjusted. So this is the one that I will be sending to another one of my granddaughters. This is a smaller mask. Okay, and the one that I have on the mannequin, I want to show it to you again from last night, just to show you that why you need a shorter string and a longer string on this one to feed through. Now, if this bothers your nose, this is what I failed to tell you last night. Where we put the rope in, you could take the strings and you could cut them in half. The string that's through here, instead of feeding it through this pocket, you can make a pocket, and then you could use one of the metal braids that they use with files, and you could place it in here, and that way you could contour it over the nose, and then you could attach the strings to the side. So see what's comfortable for you. Work with this, okay? And let me know what works best for you, all right? I want to thank you again for watching, and I want you to stay safe. Don't forget to put your coffee filter in the back of it. It's other filters that you could use.